Hey there, Mike Robinson with BlackHawk Paramotors USA along with the venerable Heidi Lee.
Hi everyone, how's it going? Today's video we wanted to talk about something that is a major topic in the sport of powered paragliding. And it has been ever since my employment here 7.5 years ago, and I'm sure since the existence of you owning BlackHawk Paramotor. We are criticized quite often for basically being too cheap, or the opposite, not expensive enough. And that is a topic that we would like to address. So for those of you that are looking into this sport and you're told BlackHawk's cheap, let's talk about why that's being said.
First thing is that we've always been committed to making this sport accessible to anybody and everybody. That means vets, older folks, younger folks, women. I mean, look how many women we've trained just this year. Right. We have a very strong commitment to getting everybody into this sport. The other thing is that price is what does a lot of that. And we are an actual manufacturer. We're not a dealer here in the United States for somebody else. We design the gear, we build the gear, we advertise, and we sell the gear. Really what it comes down to is it's people saying that we're cheap. Our equipment is made in China, for instance, et cetera, et cetera. Reality, have you ever seen a cracked frame that cracked on its own without being crashed or dropped?
No.
That's right, not one. Not one since I've owned this company has a cage or frame cracked on its own. And that would be due to vibration, anything else associated with that, improper construction, for instance.
Okay, so when you talk about your commitment to making the sport accessible and pricing, let's address why we are priced thousands of dollars less than the competitors.
We're the actual manufacturer. We're not a middleman. I mean, that's business. If you want to play the business game, you need to be competitive. If you can't be competitive, then you don't sell as much gear.
So when you talk about then that there's no middleman, that we are the manufacturer, that means that with our glider line, the motors, the frames, everything, we can keep the prices lower because there's not these multiple chains of importers and dealers that are all getting a share of a commission, so to speak, on a sale.
Correct.
The other issue is that in a package, we give the glider away basically just below our cost to manufacture.
I mean, let's be honest here. The gliders are $1,600, $1,800 to build them. That's for a core glider. Mm-hmm. And we give it away in a package for $1,300. Some people might say, well, why would you lose money on that? Well, it's name brand recognition, and the core glider is an incredible beginner intermediate glider.
Right, and it's a way to advertise from the sky because no one can really see what you're flying. They can't really tell the motor or frame per se, but wings are recognizable because there's so much surface area for someone to see from down below.
Yes.
So our marketing costs are going into giving the gliders away to the customers in a package.
And there's one more reason. We sell gliders and packages all over the world. We sell gliders and packages in the US without actually meeting these people at times. And we know liability-wise, success-wise, that these guys or women on a core are on a glider that's safe.
So basically then what we're saying is that we're selling someone a package. They're getting a wing in the package at no additional cost. So my question would be, why would you go to a competitor and pay $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $7,000 more for a foot launch unit?
It's not better quality. I mean, it doesn't make sense, honestly. I know a lot of our competitors don't like this, but that's the way it is, you know. And a lot of them say that our stuff's made in China, for instance, you know. I think the seat belts and the tires and tubes in the tires are made in China, but we don't get anything mechanical from China. Our gliders aren't made in China, our engines aren't made in China, our frames aren't made in China. It's just ridiculous. Reality is that our quality is exceptional.
I think what people are often told, and then therefore ends up in a conversation, a phone call with us, is we've been told you're cheap, right? And then to stay away, that the products are bad, like you said, they're made in China, all of these questions and concerns, and yet people in the industry are throwing out slanderous statements or untruths in order to get a sale.
In order to convince somebody to spend that much more money.
Right. So for us, just so all of you know that are watching, we do have a commitment to keeping not just the pricing affordable and low, but the quality of our gear. We've been around 20 years, and there's a reason why we have been around for 20 years. Don't get sucked into someone telling you or bad-mouthing any brand for that reason, just to get you to buy from them. I think there are legitimate concerns when people might tell you to stay away from certain individuals as far as training goes, but when it comes to BlackHawk and people telling you it's cheap, it's not good, the quality's bad, don't believe it. It's a gimmick to get you to turn your head in a different direction, and like you said, have you open up your pocketbook and spend quite a bit more money.
Yeah, and do remember too, we have a 2-year warranty. Nobody else has a 2-year warranty. Another point I'll make is that people say we're cheap or this or that, it's made this or that. Truth is, we're selling everybody's engines.
Right.
We sell Corsair, we sell Viterazzi, we sell HE, we sell Swiss Auto. So that is really needs to fall by the wayside because it doesn't make sense. It's not a very good argument.
No, and especially when you would be paying $3,000 to $5,000 more for a glider from a different brand through that dealer versus getting one at cost. When you're a new pilot, why not have a wing that's appropriate? One that you haven't paid a lot of money for, that's going to get you trained in flying. Yeah. So,
well, the point you're making is that when we sell it at $1,300 in a package, that's really where a significant amount of the savings is in our packages. So why I agree with you, let that glider teach you how to fly. You'll use it for a year or two. Many people are using it much longer than that, and then sell it. Hopefully you're interested in coming to us and buying another glider. We do sell other brands of gliders, and frankly, we sell a fair number of them.
So I think in regards to addressing the cheap issue, we've done that. BlackHawk is affordable and for the benefit of the consumer, not because the products are any less quality.
No, and we're not interested in making a whole ton of money off of each individual sale. We make our money off of volume.
Right. So going off then the whole question of, is BlackHawk cheap? Don't buy from BlackHawk, they're made in China, etc. We also get people that will make claims regarding BlackHawk in similar fashion, besides being cheap, that, oh, they're having this issue or this problem, yet no support or claim. So oftentimes people will throw out more falsehoods just about our gear, steering people in a different direction, and yet not supporting it when we or other people ask, well, where'd you get that information? Or
a lot of this comes from social media, and we found a number of people that don't even fly. This is all about the customer. This is about somebody who's excited, that has a dream of being a pilot, and why ruin that excitement for them?
Right. And I think that's the sense or feeling that many get, is when they make the calls and talk to different people out there, they start to become disenchanted with the whole idea because there's so much bad mouthing and bashing and untruths, and then pretty soon it's like, gosh, do I even want to get into this sport?
That happens. I talk to people all the time. They're just like, you guys are crazy, meaning the whole sport.
Yes.
And it's a shame. You know, there are some great dealers out there, and there's some really good flying machines out there. Ours isn't the best flying machine. There isn't one. I think they're all fairly competitive. I think what it comes down to is ingenuity, developing new product. I think that that's a key, and I think that we really whip some serious fanny in that regard. I think that maybe that creates a little animosity at times as well.
Yeah, but I think the largest issue or push is that because we are priced so competitively and we do have quality products, the only way to steer people away is to say that we're cheap when it's for the consumer's benefit, like we talked about. We do have quality gear, we do have good service, before, during, after the sale. We keep parts in stock. We help customers with questions on their engines if something's not right, if they're not getting power. So we aren't here just to make a sale, to collect money from you off a package and the glider, and training. It's not about how much money we can collect and then move on to the next person. It's about how do we keep the BlackHawk family happy, flying, answering questions, and being there for them so that they can enjoy the sky like we do.
You just made a really good point, and that's that a lot of the time you're sold a package, you're sold not a package, you're sold a paramotor. And then they say, oh, well, you need a glider. Well, basically what's happening is they're making a couple grand selling you that paramotor, and then they're selling you a glider and making another $1,000 to $1,200. That's where we really are different. Our glider is included in the package, and as we've already made pretty clear.
Right. So there's no double dipping as far as that goes. It's making money off of each. It's a complete package from BlackHawk because it is all of our stuff, and we're here to make it affordable, accessible, and enjoyable for everybody. So
And professional.
that's right.
And you know, one thing that we've not considered is the fact that the difference in price between BlackHawk and all of our competitors is a minimum of $2,000. In some cases, it's $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and even $7,000 difference in price. So what does that mean to the customer? That means your training is covered. Your training is virtually free.
Well, in some cases, you could buy 2 packages for the price of one.
There you go. You just got one of your buddies flying.
Right.
Which is a key thing because everybody's a guinea pig, you know, that gets in here. Mm-hmm. They get in, they're pushed by their friends or what have you. The next thing you know that their friends are buying gear as well. So for all of you guys, that equates to quite a bit of money.
Yeah. So basically the point of this video was just to address the issue of BlackHawk's cheap, why our pricing is lower, maybe what to think about, or call us with questions regarding in case you do hear something. We're available via email or by phone.
Absolutely. And we'll spend all the time you need. Call us repeatedly. We don't care.
Right. So we really just want people to be able to afford to fly and at the same time enjoy flying and not spend as much money as they probably could on other gear, because in the end of the day, we're all flying, right?
That's right.
So
it really doesn't matter what you fly as long as you're having fun.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. And Steve, thanks for the really cool hat. That's Steve Tatalovich from Indiana.